Hi, friends. How are you today? Happy Wednesday. It's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today with my little Yorkshire Terrier, Ellie, and we are going to make a card together. Now, let me check and make sure that we're live here. Let's see, double check. Yep, I think we're on. We are. Okay, that's great. I'm really happy to see you guys. I have Ellie, and she's being a little bit alert today because I got out a treat for her, and it's sitting right over here. So that's why I'm really hoping that that it'll keep her just a little bit more alert than normal. So we have been having here in San Diego County some rain today. It got cloudy and we've had some sprinkles, nothing big at all. Down here we don't really get too much. Cindy from Canada, how are you today? Good to see you. So we don't receive the worst of anything weather-wise usually. So here, I'll give her just this little cookie and we'll see if it keeps her busy for a minute. Tina, good to see you from North Carolina. Well, it is spring. Hello, oh, Vicky from Arizona. Good to see you. Well, we have so much going on today. I mean, I am like out of breath just getting here. I've been sitting here at my desk all morning, but just getting everything ready to talk to you. Cindy, oh, you're good. And it's gorgeous in Canada. Oh, wonderful. We've had a couple of great days, beautiful sunny days and in the 70s, but then we have a storm coming in. So they warned us about that. Anyway, I have been just crazy busy this morning and practically out of breath because of all that's been going on in the Stampin' Up! World, and I want to tell you about it. First of all, the demonstrators, we got to see the new annual catalog that goes live March 2nd. Sit still, baby. And we're just, oh my gosh, I haven't even been able to I zipped through it and then I had to get going and concentrate because not only do we have the new catalog that we got to see today as demonstrators, but the last chance lists plural, came out for both the annual catalog and the spring mini catalog is ending on May 1st, as is the current annual catalog. And we have a color refresh where they've kind of just played with all of our color lines. And we have new colors coming in, colors that we had before as in colors that have come back, and we have colors that have gone out, and we have new in colors. So it's just, my mind is just overflowing. And I want to tell you all about it. So are you ready to see and hear more? Okay, so I want you guys to be the first to know, and I already posted it on my Facebook page, so you should have been able to see it there. Okay, she's done with treats. That we have new, I want to show you I want to show you the colors that are retiring from our main color lines. So I am going to turn you down because I have a graphic here and we'll take a little look at it and we might chat about it. Carol Schaefer from Connecticut, good to see you. Okay, so I'm going to turn you down and we're going to take a look at the colors that are retiring. Now let me get that a little bit straighter for you. Let's see. Okay, so we just heard about this like 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, and I'm still processing. But these are the current colors that we have that are retiring. We have like 50 colors or something. I don't know the exact number, so I'm just kind of giving a ballpark. I really have no idea. I think it's 10 or 12 in each color line, plus in colors and so forth. 80 degrees in southern Arizona. Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. I bet, however, that you might get a little rain tomorrow. Oh, Cindy, you've already seen the new in colors. Okay, great. I do too. I love them. But we're going to take a look today at the retiring colors. And the reason we're going to use a retiring color today, and I want you to know about them so that you can snag them before they're all gone. They pretty much said that what they have regarding everything is what they have. And so when things run out, they run out. And I don't want you guys to be caught wishing 53 colors, Cindy. Okay, great. You keep me. So I wasn't too far off in 50 total. So they're retiring only 11. So that's not really too bad out of 53. And the reason they say they retire them, they chatted with us this morning and they explained to us that they're either not selling well or they don't fit in with the other shades of a particular color. They have a whole reason, lots of reasons of why they do this, and they could bring them back at any time. But let's take a look at the ones that are retiring, because you might have some and they might be your favorites. And I have a favorite in here of all of these. So let's take a look at them, and I want you to tell me, hey Roz, good to see you. I want you to let me know. I'm going to be watching the comments if any of these are your favorites, or what you feel about them retiring. So Bermuda Bay, they're alphabetical here. Bermuda Bay is the first one that's retiring. I really didn't use Bermuda Bay very much at all. It's a bright, and I don't use that many brights, so for me it's not a big deal that it's retiring. Did anybody else really love Bermuda Bay? I know some people did, and they used it a lot with other things, but for me it wasn't a big deal. Blushing Bride. Now that is a color that you would think I would like because I love pink, right? But this was not a pink that I really liked. It was a grayish pink, and I really never. You use Carol Schaefer, you use soft suede and So Saffron a lot, and you know what, I do too. I do too. In fact, we're going to use soft suede today. So Blushing Bride, I wanted them to replace it with a better pink, and they are. I can't say too much, but they are. Mango Melody, I didn't use that very much. Carol, yeah, we already read that comment. Okay, Mary Merlot was one of our neutrals, and I did like it. I didn't use it that often, but I did like it. Now here is my favorite one that's retiring, is Mint Macaron. I loved Mint Macaron when it was an in color, which it was. Oh, Roz, you use Bermuda Bay mostly as if it was designer series paper. Okay, so you're really going to miss Bermuda Bay. It's so interesting, isn't it, how we all have favorites. Okay, we've got a Bermuda Bay girl. Yes, put prize. I'm giving away a good prize today. It's a retiring item. Vicki, you love Rich Razzleberry, and you know what? I know a lot of people have over the years used Rich Razzleberry. They actually told us a couple weeks ago that Rich Razzleberry was the least purchased ink in their whole color line. Do you believe that? That really surprised me because it is a favorite of many. So they're getting rid of it. Pear Pizzazz. I use Pear Pizzazz because it's a softer green. Diane Emerson, good to see you. Pacific Point. So these are two more bright colors. This is a real bright that they're getting rid of here. I did use this everywhere often. Every so often, I think it went great with yellow. So every so often, and both of these actually went really well with yellow. So every so often I would pull out Pacific Point. Hi Gail, good to see you. Yeah, we're talking about colors. Sahara Sand, I actually use Sahara Sand. The one reason I used it, I'll have to choose another color, is what do they call it? Inline watercoloring or something, where you don't want a definite line on an image when you're doing watercoloring. You want just a real soft line, and then by the time you've watercolored it, it doesn't even show. So I did use Sahara Sand for that. And then So Saffron and Soft Suede. So those are your 11 retiring colors. I wish I could tell you the in colors and show them to you, and the replacements and returning colors. You do know that, and this is not a secret, Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon are coming back. Those were used in the Hello Irresistible paper. So we heard about that. Cherie, hi. So you're going to miss Mango Melody. Yeah, we all have our favorites, but there are some beautiful new ones. Raw, soft suede and Sahara sand are great for nature images. Oh, great. No line coloring. That's right. It's no line coloring. I, I was almost right. So, if you really like these colors, if you need blends, if you need ink refills, if you need ink pads, if you need cardstock, whatever you need, embellishments or ribbon in these colors, get it now. Gail, you use Pear Pizzazz a lot. I do use it. Not I wouldn't say a lot, but frequently. But you'll find some good ones. There are some beautiful new colors, I'm telling you. But I went over this so that you can get what you need now. May 1st is the last day you can order these colors, but I think that some of the, for example, ink pads may not last. I have no idea, but I'm just telling you it's while supplies last. So if there's something you want, I would go ahead and get it in March even, because I looked and everyone, all the demonstrators are announcing this to their teams and their customers today. And so I think they're going to see a run on these colors. Okay, so there you go. So today for our card today, we're going to use soft suede and mint macaron. I thought, I love this color and I'm going to use it today. Okay, so great things on the way. Roz saw the new colors too, and I want to go back and spend lots of time looking. Okay, now the one thing I did do, I got through, so here are the last chance lists, and I'm going to, they're in PDF format, and you guys can see all of this, and I'm going to put it tomorrow on my blog, and I'm going to, I will upload it to my Facebook page here. Yes, Cindy, I am too. I will upload it later to this Facebook page, the PDFs of the last chance products, so you can look through them and make sure you get anything you need. The last chance products from the 2023 mini, and this is a fat one. This is like 8 pages long. The last chance products from the annual, the 2022-2023 annual. Blackberry Bliss did stay, didn't it, Carol? You know, I think the Blackberry Bliss people and the Rich Razzleberry people are kind of the same people, so I had a feeling they had to leave one. Anyway, I had a chance to look real closely at the mini catalog retiring products. This one I barely had a chance to look at, the annual. But the one thing I want to tell you, a couple of things to look for. So bundles can retire. Bundles can be on the retiring list, but they may stay as separate in the new catalog, separate dies and a separate stamp set. So it's just the 10% bundle pricing that you lose. That is one thing. And at the back of the list, it tells you this. So I know it's really small. I'm going to try to help you know how to read this. So you see these little stars. There are 2 stars in some places and 3 stars in other places. And I'm sure there's a place where there's a 1 star. And then they have kind of a key to that at the very end of the list. And the key says, the 1 star is something about host rewards. But I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the 2 star. If something has 2 stars, it means that the bundle includes some products that are not retiring. Refer to the rest of the list prior here to see what individual items are retiring. So when you see 2 stars, that means something in that suite or bundle is not retiring and something is, okay? And then the 3 stars mean while the items in these bundles are not retiring, they will no longer be available in a bundle after May 1st. That's what I was telling you. So the 3 stars, where you see 3 stars, you know the items are continuing, just not at the 10% off, okay? So 3 stars are Country Bouquet, Love for You, Share a Milkshake. So that's staying. That's one of my favorites. Nested Friends has 3 stars. Petal Park, Sentimental Park. There's quite a bit that are continuing. So those will be continuing. Sweet Citrus is continuing. Yay, I like that one. Playing in the Rain. Just not as a bundle, okay, not with the 10% off. So if you want to get the 10% off any of these things, you should get them before May 1st. And if you ask me, I would say order them today or tomorrow. Dainty Delight bundle is not going to be a bundle, but those items will be continuing. Okay, so the one thing I wanted to let you know of the items that are retiring that are either bundles or the dies are retiring, the dies are heavily discounted, okay? I've colored some. The blue coloring is the dies. So for example, the fragrant flower dies are 40% off. Now this, hi Allison, good to see you. I know, Carol, the Share a Milkshake is one of my faves. But here's what you need to know. April 4th is a day that you should calendar because you can get all these products now. You can buy any of them now. But if you want to get the discounted prices, that doesn't start until April 4th. Many of the stamp sets that are retiring, my nose is running just a little bit. Many of the stamp sets that are retiring, there is no discount at all, okay? I would say most of them. You have to look. But most of the die sets that are officially retiring are heavily discounted. Now remember, so if something is a bundle today and the bundle isn't continuing and the items are not continuing separately, you could buy the bundle and look and see if the bundle is discounted more than the 10%. You could buy the stamp set separately and look and check. Mostly it probably will not be discounted, but you could wait till April 4th and buy the dies of that set at a heavily discounted price. So that's why you have to look at the list, okay? All the color families, the colors that are retiring, those are not discounted at all. So those don't count. If you want any colors that are retiring, get them now, like right away, before they disappear. But for example, the Fragrant Flower dies that is currently in a bundle is discounted 40%. The Fragrant Flowers Cling stamp set is discounted 10% on April 4th. The bundles are not discounted. So you could buy the bundles now for 10% off or wait until the 4th and get the photopolymer stamp set is discounted. The Cling stamp set is discounted 10% and the dies 40%. I'm trying to make it easy for you. I wanted to try to explain it really well. Right, Renee, that's what I said. Colleen, good to see you. We're in the throes of sale pricing. No sale prices start until April 4th, and that is a week from yesterday. Okay, so you just have a while to wait. But as far as colors, paper, ink, and stuff that is retiring, you could get that now. So, for example, look at the Queen Bee stamp set is continuing, which I love, but the Queen Bee die set, which I also love, on the 4th is going to be, you guys, 60% off. So if you don't have the Queen Bee bundle or set, I would wait until the 4th and get the dies because they're not going to be around any longer at 60% off. That's huge. And then buy the stamp set now or in the new catalog. And the one thing about the new catalog, there's just so much to tell you. Prices are going up in the new catalog. I haven't even seen it long enough to know, for example, what is the Queen Bee stamp set? Has that increased in price? But my thinking is yes, by a couple dollars. So anyway, download these lists if you're interested in retiring products. Look at what you're interested in and really look it over closely. Okay, I'm not going to go on any further with that because that's enough. Numbers give me a headache. You guys know that. I don't like numbers. Carol, thank you. It's just crazy. And if you do have questions, feel free to email me, Peggy at prettypapercards.com, and I will do my best to get it figured out for you. Okay, now what I did is I pulled out the stamp sets that I have that are officially retiring, these stamp sets from the Spring Mini. Not from the annual, because I haven't gone over that list enough, but I thought I would show you the stamp sets that are retiring. You guys, I have loved this Best Day stamp set. I barely feel that I got to really use it. I think it's one I'm going to keep because of this great birthday cake wishes. The Fat Cat I had fun with, but I wouldn't use it a lot, but the cake I will. So it even gives Allison a headache, and she knows numbers. So let's look at the stamp sets that are retiring, so you know. I didn't check to see if these have discounts on them. I'm just showing you these stamp sets are retiring. So the Best Day stamp set. Fragrant Flowers, and this one we went over. The whole thing is retiring, including the dies. And I can actually look back on this. The Cling stamp set is 10% off as of the 4th of April, and the dies will be 40% off. So Fragrant Flowers. Decorative Borders is retiring. So if you wanted any of these, check the discount, check the list. Beautiful Thistle I have, and this and the dies are retiring. I have this set, and again, I feel like I haven't even really used it to its, I haven't played with it enough. So this is retiring. I have really enjoyed this Desert Details, and it's retiring, and the dies are retiring. They are going to be discounted. I have really loved the flowers on this, and I've loved the dies. They're neat dies, rectangular dies. Okay, here is a huge shocker. This was a huge shocker for me. Framed florets and the oval dies are retiring, unless I read it wrong. And if I've read anything wrong, I will let you know, but because I just had a couple of hours to go through everything. But I was totally shocked that this is retiring and not continuing. Oh, and it's, yeah, I don't know where it is, because it was like, well, I don't know. I don't have the page number, and that's by page numbers. So this is retiring. Please, if you want this and didn't get it, and those beautiful oval dies. Yeah, Tracy, hi, good to see you. Where was that? It was in the catalog. Let me just see if I can glance, because I did highlight it. Let me go back and see if I can see it. Okay, the Framed Florets bundle is retiring. The photopolymer stamp set is retiring, no discount. And the dies are 60% off. No, that's a different. That's Warm Welcome dies are 60% off. Flame Florets dies, yes, 60% off. 60% off those beautiful oval dies on beginning the 4th. But this will not be discounted. So that was a big shocker. Rejoice in Him. I just used this for my Easter class. I really like this. I always keep all of the religious sets. I keep them because I use those for my personal stamping. And Hand-Drawn Dots is retiring. I might have used that once. So those are the ones that I have. Now there are plenty of stamp sets that I don't have from the Spring Mini that are retiring. These are just the ones that I had and I grabbed to show you. Okay. Phew. Okay. Enough of retiring. Let's be happy. Those are, retiring is sad, but it doesn't mean you can't use it. It just means you can't buy it anymore, right? Okay, so I want to remind you about my March host code. If you're going to get any of those items before the 4th, or you're going to get some of the colors, which again I recommend, and particularly we didn't even talk about the in colors that are retiring. Pale Papaya, Soft Succulent, I can put them here. Now guess what, I can tell you one thing. I think I can, because Fresh Freesia is not retiring. Da-da-da-da-da. Yay, we love Fresh Freesia. So I'll put that back in my stash, okay? Polished Pink and Evening Evergreen. These 4 are definitely retiring, you guys. the in colors from 2021 to 23. So these are the things that are going fast, these in colors. So if you want any of these, that is another thing, get pronto. And when you do, if your order is $50 or more, please use my host code, because I would love to send you a fern embossing folder, 3D embossing folder. I haven't even had a chance to see if this is retiring. I don't even know. But I've got several already that I got ahead to send to you guys. So if you're going to place an order, use that host code so you can get that great embossing folder. Carol, I won't get rid of the framed florets bundle. I agree. It is one of their better ones. Okay, so remember, we're going to use a couple of retiring things today. And this is what I did see, is that the Nothing's Better Than stamp set and die set are retiring. I didn't check to see about discounts or anything, because these are in the annual catalog. But I thought, I just saw that and I thought I really want to use it. So I made a little card using the Country Gingham paper, which is retiring, and this color is Mint Macaron, which is probably why it's retiring. And I'm using some Mint Macaron cardstock and some soft suede ink. So this is our little card for today. It's super cute. And here is the die set. It has, and I could have cut the words out, but I thought I wanted to just stamp them today. It's got chocolate, cookies, coffee, and cocktails. I may have some of those mixed up. It's got love you so much are these words. And then it's got a cookie, a coffee cup, and a cocktail. That looks kind of like a tropical drink. So these are the dies, and this is the stamp set, both retiring. And so for the outside of the envelope, I love these little chocolate chip cookies. I mean, they could be another type, but I kind of think they're chocolate chip, because chocolate chip is my favorite cookie. Aren't those cute? Okay, so let's get started and make our card. And of course, I always like to show you something where you can duplicate the design and pattern with anything you have, any cardstock and any stamp set. Hi, Marcia Long. I hadn't seen you before today. Good to see you. There's a hi. Good evening from Texas. What's your temperature there, Marcia? So this is our standard basic white cardstock base. And what I've done is I've already pre-cut a piece of the Country Gingham Mint Macaron paper. It has real red on the back. And I've cut this to 5.5 by 4.25 so that we can cover the entire front. I actually have quite a few packages of Country Gingham designer series paper. I loved it so much I ordered, I don't know, like a lot of it. And I've been using it in my classes to go. So we're just going to glue this on the front right there. And now I decided to do a little something different with this card. I decided that I wanted to just highlight the mint a little more. So I went ahead and pre-cut using the scallop contour dies, and I hope those aren't retiring. I'm scaring myself now. I'm not going to think about it until later when I have more of a chance to go through it, but okay. So I cut some Mint Macaron with one of the scallop contour dies, and we're going to stamp on it, and then it's bordered in the basic white. So let's do some stamping. Now what I wanted to show you, and I've got an extra piece of this in case I make a mistake, to line those words up the way the sample did, what I did is I took the stamps, and actually what I used was, and I've done a lot of practicing, so you can see this is kind of dirty, smudgy on that side. But what I did is I lined up my word stamps, and actually how I lined them up is I lined them up on this graph paper. This is the graph paper for the Stamparatus. And so I lined them up like that and put them on the paper, and then put the block on top. And you guys, you're going to find out. So I am going to tell you this one thing that reminds me that I wanted to tell you about something that's retiring. Hi, Holly. Good to see you. Avanil, good to see you. Becky likes the country gingham. I do too. I forgot to tell you. It's a big shocker. The Stamparatus is retiring. Yep. When they told us, we all just about fell over. It is a huge shock. Our stamp positioning tool is retiring. So I'll give you a minute and see if you're reacting the way I reacted to it. It is a huge shock. We can definitely still use it, but they will not be selling it anymore, and they will not be selling the parts of it. So I know, Holly, well, we all were. It took us, it was on a video, and it took us time to get over it. And what they told us was, it's not that they wanted to, and they couldn't give us very many details, but there is a legal situation going on about the Stamparatus. And so they've decided to pull it. And yes, we all use our Stamparatus. And so we don't know anything more, but I always respect Stampin' Up because they are always very above board, and they don't do anything that is not to be done. And so even the fact that there is a situation and they're pulling it, what I believe personally is probably out of an abundance of caution. I so appreciate that they are pulling it. I know, Tina, it is a shock. It really took me a day to get over it. It really did. And so it reminded me when I brought out this little graph paper that this is Stamparatus graph paper. So I think I'm going to get a bunch of this because it's so handy to use on the lives. It said it will be on the online exclusives. Okay, you probably know more than I do. Vicki, I believe it's still available. It's being retired. I don't know if it's at a discount. I haven't had a chance. Like I said, we just found all of this out at noon, and so everything came at us right at one time. It will be on the online exclusives. That's all I know, is that I heard that it is being retired. In fact, I guess if anybody knows the page that it's on in the catalog, we could look here, because everything here is in this annual. Like I said, I didn't even, let's take a look and see if we can figure out the page. Okay. I don't even, where did you see the video for the Stamparatus? No, I used the wrong word. We, as top leaders, we have special online and live situations that we get to be a part of. So that was it. Not all demonstrators. They told us earlier, and it took us all a while to get used to it. That's what I'm referring to. As top leaders, we have special Facebook Lives and things like that. So it is somewhere. They told us it's supposed to be in here. Stamparatus. Okay, it's not, it has 4 stars, and let me see if they have a guide to the 4 stars. There's no discount. Let me look at the back here. I don't know if I got the guide on when I printed this out on my computer. Let me just see here. That has 4 stars. Okay, 4 stars. The Stamparatus and its accessories are only available while supplies last. Any excess inventory will be moved to the online exclusive category after the promotion and end date. So they're available only while supplies last. So if you want a Stamparatus, okay, great. Thank you, Becky, page 147. I love you guys. You're always so helpful. So If you need anything for the Stamparatus, get it pronto, because as soon as everybody finds this out, they're going to be going crazy. Seriously. Oh, I know. I'm even shocked when I said it again. Okay. So back to our situation, our card. This is how I lined up my words and the stamps, and then I put the block on top of them. So I hope that helps you a little bit. So let's see how this works out. I planned that this should fit. Okay. So I planned that it should fit. Let's take a look and see if we're going to make it. I think it is. You can't really see me, can you? Okay, let's go up here where you can see, and then you can see my roots. And I'll press down really hard. I could have done this on the Stamparatus. Not too bad, huh? It really helps to line up words like that on your block. Okay, we did it. Yay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to add a few things. I'm not going to put this directly. Should I put it directly on there? Let me ponder, because we are going to stamp some. Oh, I might not have left enough room for I was supposed to leave room for the candy. Let's see. Oh, I think I can fit the candy in. Okay, the chocolates. That's what I wanted to fit in. I'm just going to leave that stamp pad open because that's the only stamp pad I'm using today. Okay, so I wanted to put the chocolates down at the bottom here. And they do fit. Great, great. And there are the chocolates. Now, there is a stamp, or you could do it, I'm not going to close that. You could do it, color them in, like if you wanted to fill them in with a color, like, you know, pink or something like that. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to stamp the coffee cup, which is a little coffee cup with a saucer. And we're going to do that like that. And we're going to stamp the cookie, the chocolate chip cookie. And then we're going to cut these out with the dies. Let me see how my time is going. Oh gosh, we're running over on time. That's because we took so much time with all the retiring situation. And we're also going to stamp the words, which are, it's the today is, so we got to get today is. Okay. And I'm going to go back and cut these a little bit smaller. Okay. Today is A. Here we go. And then it's, and then you have coffee, cookies, chocolate, kind of day. Okay, and we'll put that down here. I have to pull it right in front of me, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so that now we've stamped that. I think that's just about all the stamping we need to do. So we have our sentiments, and let's do a little coloring of our cup. I hope you can hang with me today because I've taken extra time. But this doesn't take very long. It's not a long card. So I'm just going to color in. And this is the light Flirty Flamingo, coloring in the little cup and the little saucer. And then we're going to color in the chocolate chip cookie with a little crumb cake. These are my Stampin' Blends, alcohol markers. And blends come with all the new colors. You're going to be able to, and I'm going to order as soon as I can. I get to order on the 4th is when demonstrators get to do the pre-order. And I'm going to be ordering all the new, not all the colors, but the new colors. Cardstock, ink, and all of that stuff. And okay, now I'm going to put a little coffee in the cup. We got to have some coffee. Okay, there's our coffee. All right. Now we're going to get up our little mini machine, and we're going to die cut our coffee cup and our cookie. This is just such a cute set, you guys. It really is. Good. Put prize, because I'm telling you, it's a good one. It's a good one. All right. Well, let me see. Let me see if I can get them on without wiggling. Okay. there's the cookie, and now we'll see if we can get this a little straighter. Let's see. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And that's all we're die cutting today too, because I did that little scallop bit early. I mean, have fun, you guys. With everything that's going on in the world today, we're sitting here die cutting cookies and coffee cups. I do have to say that I think my stamping really is, for me personally, it's very therapeutic. I hope it is for you guys too. It's a nice way to get away, take a few minutes out from the difficult things of the day. All right, now let's see. Okay, now one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the little coffee cup right here, and before I put it on, there is another stamp. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Ellie, shh, shh, shh. I'm sure it's someone from Amazon or something. Okay, can you see this? Because this is super cute. There is a stamp that is steam coming from the coffee cup. So before I adhere the coffee cup, and let me lower it just a little bit. I'm putting it right here, so I'm positioning it to see where I want it and where I want to stamp my steam stamp. So let's see. Okay, right in here. We're going to stamp the steam. Isn't that super cute? Can you see that? Get him, Ellie. I know she is. My husband came to the door. Okay, and there's our little cup. So we're going to put that on with a Stampin' Dimensional. And I think the steam is just super cute. And we'll just put that right in there. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. Isn't that just cute? I hope they can read the cookies, the word cookies. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put this on our, we're going to put dimensionals on, we're going to put it on the white piece. We're almost done. Oh, I hope these scallop contour dies have not been retired. If they are, I'm really having a heart attack. I'm just going to believe they're not until I get time to go over that other list. Goodness gracious. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to put this on our card right there, and I'm going to go ahead and glue it because we've raised up the beautiful mint macaron scallop piece. So we're just going to glue this, trying to get it the same border from left to right. Let's see if we're getting it up at the top there. Okay, I think that's going to work. Here's my bone folder. Let me just scooch that in there to press down some of that to get that piece adhered really well. There we go. Now we're going to put our cookie on. This cookie is just too cute. Right there. You know what? I'm just going to take my scissors and just trim right up in there a little bit. My die slipped, or I didn't position it correctly. I'm just going to trim off that extra white. I mean, what cookie has white on it anyway? Except, well, white chocolate, but you know what I mean. That looks a little better. And we'll just, what you can do is when you put the dimensional on the back, then you just slide the cookie so that the front part rests on the scallop piece and the dimensional rests behind it, just like that. Okay, now our sentiment, our two sentiments. And I'm just going to cut those by hand. You know, we could definitely use the paper trimmer. I just didn't really feel like getting it out today. I'm just going to try to just cut that by hand. Okay, it's a kind of day, and I'm just going to glue this so that it's partially on the mint macaron piece and partially off. So we just kind of set it there, and we'll do our other one, and then we'll be done. and then we'll pull up, see who our winner was from last week. I will go ahead and stamp the inside in the envelope later after I get off with you, because I don't want to keep you too long. Okay, so here's this part of the sentiment. Today is a coffee, cookies, and chocolate kind of day. And you know what? I definitely agree. I think after this, I'm going to sit down with that other retiring list and go through it. But there is our cute little card. Oreo cookies have white. That's true. That's totally true. So that's our card for today. And let's bring you up and we'll see. Oh, you know what? I forgot to show you some adorable cards that I got last week. I was so excited in the beginning. I got this on St. Patrick's Day from my friend Robbie, one of my downline. Isn't that cute? And the Clover stamp set and punch are being retired. I'm kind of thinking it's because they couldn't get the punch. It became unavailable. So that set is retiring. And then this set was from Miss Carol Schaefer. This card that is absolutely beautiful, and she used the scallop contour dies. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love this card. I love them both. I thank you all for sending me your sweet cards. I always love that. Okay, the prize for today is from last week, the 2021-23, a retiring item in color opal rounds, and I'm going to get those closer to you so that you can see how pretty they are. I have really loved these. And these go today to Miss Vicki Eakins, who is on our call. Congratulations, Vicki. And I did look around and I couldn't find, just because I didn't have a lot of time, I couldn't find that I have your address, Vicki. I may have it and I just couldn't locate it right off. So would you send me your mailing address so I can get these in the mail to you? And I don't know, I want to say I'll try to reach out to you, but I may not. You know, I've just got to, with all this new stuff, please, Vicki, just send me your address. Message me through Facebook or email me at Peggy@prettypapercards.com so I can get these to you. Okay, the prize for next week, you guys, it's a package of country gingham. 6x6 paper, brand new, not opened, retiring. I have those extra packs and I thought, you know, after hearing about all this retiring stuff, we need to be cheered up. And I want to send somebody this package of country gingham paper. The colors in it are, the ginghams are colored mint macaron, balmy blue, real red, and petal pink, I think, and that is staying. That color is staying. So put down the word prize both on Facebook and on YouTube so that you can be entered to win this pack, because it's a pretty good prize. Okay, gosh, we've gone extra and we've gone over today. Thank you for sticking with me. I've got to go sit down and I'm not going to have coffee, but I might have a Coke and some chocolate, because it's just been that kind of day. So love you all. You're going to love all the new stuff. If you have any questions, email me and use my host code when you place